vanity of vanity. All things are vanity. We hear Qoheleth, the author of Ecclesiastes, begin our first reading with this impassioned cry. Everything is meaningless, he seems to say. Transient, mere wisps of fog beneath a rising sun. There must have been some tragedy, some great loss or deep wound that Qoheleth is reflecting on in his life as he makes this deep call. But while he may sound as if he's in the depths of despair, he is speaking to something inarguably true. If you work wisely, take all the right precautions, act prudently, then still you will die. Faced with this stark truth, he realizes it's all worth nothing. Everything is vanity. We hear Jesus expound on this very point in the gospel today. After the rich man has worked hard to build up bigger barns, to fill them up, he's told, "You fool, this very night your life will be demanded of you." All of his building, all of his hard work, all of his storing up and securing, and still he dies. Yikes. So where does that leave us? Shouting YOLO as we run across the street? Or crippled with the meaninglessness of it all? No, St. Paul offers us a better option. In his letter to the Colossians that we hear in our second reading, he reminds us that we don't need to fear this outcome, the inevitability of death. Yes, death comes for us all, and no matter how much we prepare or how much technology advances, still, all of us will die. But as followers of Christ, we need not fear death, for Christ has already defeated death. And what's more, we who have been baptized into Christ have already died in the waters of baptism, and we have already risen again from that fount of life. And so St. Paul calls us to remember that, to focus our sights not on the things around us, not on what is merely created, but the Creator of all things. He reminds us to set our sights on things above, on what really endures. If you are raised with Christ, St. Paul says, seek what is above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Think of what is above and not of what is on earth. We hear St. Paul give answer to the question that Qoheleth calls out. If all of this is passing, then what's the point? Christ and Him crucified. That's the point. Jesus has died for us and for our salvation, and He has already risen from the dead. Jesus Christ and His love. That's what endures. In this Eucharist that we celebrate right now, we come to receive He who has died and rose again. We receive under the humble appearances of bread and wine that which truly endures, the body, blood, soul, and divinity of Jesus Christ, the Son of God and our Lord. So much of what we encounter each day, though pressing, is fleeting. Wisps of smoke easily blown away. Vanity. What we gather for here, right now, is no mere earthly thing. Rather, it's the bread come down from heaven, a taste of the eternal banquet spread out before us. Let us rejoice and relish in this love that always endures.